I'm giggling because I'm being present with what's arising and what wants to be said. Not necessarily the thoughts that I want to say, but just to feel the bubbling up of whatever wants to come out. It's kind of stream of consciousness, just going with the flow. Be the water. But I wanted to make a video to kind of calibrate everyone, to give everyone a meditative space to calm their nervous system. It doesn't matter what brainwaves we have or what state of brainwaves we are even in. Recalibration or entrainment is just happening. And the thing about, 5 different tuning forks, and they're all different notes or all different tones, and you hit one, and you hit all 5, and then they entrain together. Do you think the tuning forks are like, oh, I'm in this state, and I'm in this state? Well, I want to be in that state. Oh, no, maybe I could be in there. If they had that mental construct that they were in training or that they were reaching a similar state, they would all be walking on each other's toes. They'd all be just mind-fucking themselves. All that is happening is the nervous system healing. So you and your individual journey is your individual subconscious and your past coming up to the present to be healed, to be seen. Everything is healthy from a certain perspective, but if it's not seen, or if some construct is being given energy, you're investing your time in that part of your personality, then your true personality can't come out. Your true personality is whoever you want to be. And I'm seeing that now. I'm more vivacious. I'm more effervescent. I'm more gregarious because of that. And when I talk to somebody and all of a sudden I'm stuttering and I have nervousness, it's because that nervousness is coming out of me to show them something. I don't know what. Maybe it's just because I'm comfortable in front of a camera more than I am in front of actual human beings. Who knows? Who cares? But what is happening is that I'm making a video right now. And what is happening for you is that you're watching a video right now. So it's being current, it's being present, it's being in the moment. But that's a felt sense. That's not a mental sense, it's a felt sense. I am here. I can feel my hands hitting each other. There's a little bit of tension and peace isn't about everyone being so calm and that everyone's just in this state of bliss and nirvana. That's why I really enjoy some of the videos that people are making. They got that fire, especially these women. They have this fire in them. They're the men right now have to be a little bit more feminine, and women have to be a little bit more masculine. And when we see that those dualities or polarities are being mismatched, what that mismatching does is it allows us to see through that masculine and feminine are just constructs. We are constructed by our own past. We are constructed by our own society. We are constructed by our own brain waves that we allow to entrain to the predominant collective that is happening. But when you connect to Source, to God, whatever you want to call it, when you connect to that feeling within, God is even a construct. Source is even a construct. They're just words. But when you throw away all words and you connect to the feeling, you connect to feeling deep inside, whether it be in your heart, whether it be in what is occurring, just allow it to happen. And that feeling will guide you through the river. You'll be in that river and you'll think you're drowning. You're like, oh, I think that if I jump over there, or if I swim harder, or I think this, I think that. Stop thinking. You can stop those thoughts. Thoughts are not bad by any means. Whenever I get like a clairaudient, a thought or a voice or a word that will come into my mind, I evaluate that. I discern if that word feels prevalent, not prevalent, if it feels current to the present situation. If it's just fantasy, if it's just idle fancy happening in the mind, then if you're just trying to populate your mind with the next thing to say, you're not really being present. I do it myself. Like, I'm not very great at conversation. All of a sudden I'll have like this, I'm rehearsing something in my head. How's the weather? Then I'll say it again. How's the weather? And then I ask myself, like, why do I want to talk about the weather? Why do I want to have this small talk? Small talk is not present. Small talk is the loop. So if you have small talk inside your head, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, or you don't even see it or feel it or hear it, then you got to go deeper. And once you fit bare bottom, once you fit ground, what is it called? Once you fit the gridstone or the foundation, you can't dig any deeper. Maybe dig some more. But what I'm pointing to here is that you hit a point where you realize you're escaping. Every single thing we do on the face of this earth is escaping from something. And when we realign and realize that we are escaping, we come into connection with others, even when we're alone. We realize, why are we running away from others? It's because we've been hurt. It's because our nervous system is so frazzled that it's choosing whatever it chooses. Some people choose professional football. Some people choose meditation. Some people choose being a writer. Some people choose isolating themselves in a cabin in the woods. What is expression on one hand can also be an escape on another hand. So I'm not saying anything is bad or good. I'm saying our nervous systems are calibrated to a certain expression. They are calibrated to a certain construct, a certain running away. But when we allow the construct to be okay, when we allow the matrix or the system to be okay, like, I'm okay with it, whatever. There's nobody trying to kill me, trying to harm me. Those things just happen. Fear and running away is still locked in the nervous system. And when we calibrate our nervous system to joy, we calibrate our nervous system to peace, and we calibrate our nervous system to enlivenment, embodiment, And spirit mint, we calibrate it to focus and joy, effervescence, dancing. We realize things like discipline, being present, getting it done, doing it properly, are very forceful. There's nothing wrong with force, but you have to recognize that even those CEOs did that and set forth into motion that timeline for themselves to be the best, to separate themselves from the masses. But when we are one with nature and one with source, we are recognizing that the mass is what we are. We're flowing. We're in the flow. Everything's okay. There's no such thing as scarcity. I don't need to do this to give myself abundance. It's just that abundance is here. Abundance is happening. And when we tap into our truth, our individual truth, and recognize that our nervous system has its own individual truth, our nervous system has its own snapshot, we have to realize we have to burn those pictures. We have to burn those snapshots. We took those snapshots when we were children. We took those snapshots in prior lives. We took those snapshots whenever. Who gives a shit? Whatever's happening is the body just relaxing. The body is just allowing all those nuanced stickinesses and densities and grossnesses. See, I'm going, ooh, I don't even like them. Why do we even talk about them? They're just happening. If we keep creating methods and procedures and processes for fasting and disciplining ourselves, then we're going to stay in that master-student dialogue. We're going to stay in that master-student principle. In Star Wars, the Sith use that, the law of two or something like that, where the master and the student will kill the master, or the master will kill the student and get a new student. It's focused on this predatorial mindset. So if you have a master that's outside of you, then you haven't dug deep enough. If you haven't become your own father, then you haven't dug deep enough. And if you aren't your own mother holding that space for all that is, then it's not about digging. It's about being. Digging is a masculine construct, and being is a feminine construct. And like I said, masculine and feminine don't exist. They're just constructs. But we use the duality, we use those constructs to build consciousness. And awareness is aware of the consciousness being created. And outside of that awareness, that's the fun stuff. That's when we kind of relax ourselves and stop trying to be so aware, stop trying to be so conscious, stop trying to be all these things. Instead, just be you. Be whatever you want to be. Stop trying to reach and stop trying to grasp and stop trying to... You know what? Honestly, I don't care what you do. Do whatever you want to do. It feels better when I just am saying, just don't. Don't ever, whatever. I kind of feel just like language is falling apart, and whatever happens is happening. And there's a little bit of nervousness arising because I want to start speaking light language. I want to start speaking Shakti energy. But it doesn't feel necessary right now because I don't think people understand what it is. And the more I align to truth, the more I realize that namelessness, wordlessness, languagelessness, and true tribal primal nature wants to be seen again. And true primal tribal nature does not have anything to do with fear. Society has to do with fear. Society is about rules and constructs being placed upon nature and the organic, free-flowing truth of what we are. So the one and only thing I'm going to tell you to do is relax. How do you relax? It's probably a very specific individual thing. Do that. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Just keep relaxing. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Relax your soul. Relax your spirit. Relax your heart. Relax your toes. Whenever you feel tension, whenever you feel pain, that's because you haven't relaxed enough. It's not about surrender, it's not about letting go, it's about relaxing the physical body. That's embodiment, to relax the physical body. And whenever anything arises that is not relaxing, it's not like we're going to relax and turn into a puddle of goo. We're going to relax and we'll become more human. We'll become more lean, more hard, more focused, more beautiful. We're not going to turn into these like nirvanic, like I'm the Buddha and I'm just so relaxed. I'm like, nothing would ever get done. We'd just be taken advantage of by people that aren't relaxed. Being relaxed is about going with the flow. Letting your freak flag fly, just being you, be a weirdo. Relax, you're going to be okay. The nervous system's going to be okay. Your physical body's going to be okay, your expression is going to be okay. And if somebody gets on you, that means they're not relaxed. If somebody tells you to shut up or whatever, that's because they were told to shut up in their past and in their subconscious mind maze. They're in a maze. We're all in our own individual mazes and we're all trying to find each other. We're all trying to find the way home. And home is just when we all collectively sigh at the same time. I felt good. I feel relaxed saying all that. It was just inside of me. It was coiled into me. It's coming out. So let it come out. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah. Let it be. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.